If you've seen stake gambling ads like this, Drake on streams with XQC or Adin Ross just
okay. All right, you know what it is. Welcome to a little late night. Well, I mean late night for me, but you know, little low key gambling stream. Shout out to my brother Adin.
Really glamorizing gambling, then this should be a complete shock to you, because there has now been a federal RICO against Stake, Adin Ross, and Drake concerning all this. And it actually has one of the most ironic twists that I have ever actually seen in a whole world. But I guess this is complete karma when you're an artist that sues other artists for apparently using bots, because they're claiming that Drake was actually doing a complex organization where he basically funneled profits from Stake and used it to buy his own music to make it even bigger. Bruh, it's honestly a crazy situation. We're gonna get into it all right now, but before we do, gang, I'm gonna need you to do something for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna run to this video, man. Check out the merch link in the description at StakeSafeWorld.com. You already know what the fuck is going on. Let's get into it. So if you don't know the brief history of Stake, Ed Craven and Bihan Terrari established EasyGo, a company that developed games for online casinos. The two co-created Stake, which launched in 2017. They basically became a household name after a couple of different acquisitions. First off, they used a lot of celebrity and internet endorsements and basically kind of just like sponsored them at the bottom of their videos. Think of like Adin Ross, think of XQC, think of just like streamers in general. I even see like smaller bloggers using like Stake sponsorships and shit like this. But then they took a huge leap forward when they invested in the competition of the platform Twitch with Kick. Even though Kick is like heavily botted even now today, a lot of people ended up moving to Twitch because of the fact that the revenue split was better, on top of the fact that there was like less rules having to do with certain things. Like we just saw a nigga clavicular basically run someone over on Kick, even though yeah, he got banned after the fact, but still you were able to actually see that. But fast forward today, and Drake was one of the premier people that they always had promoting Kick. Like he was always promoting, always doing gambling streams, which were, you know, gambling streams are definitely something that is a gray area, obviously, because you're convincing a whole bunch of younger kids that it's cool to gamble away your money. And a lot of the money that Drake was using was not actually his. And we all kind of knew that that was some type of issue. Drake actually fell out with some of the Stake owners, which had people wondering like what was going on. But then in a new crazy bombshell report, it is now being alleged that the federal government is actually doing a RICO against all of them. Now, first off, before I even say anything, if this is a federal indictment, the chances of you winning this is slim to none. Like, the only person that kind of won is Diddy, but did he really win? That nigga is still facing 4 years in jail. Most times, like 90% of the time, people plea out and they have to either do huge amounts of fines or they're gonna go to some white collar prison. And I definitely feel that Drake is directly involved in this because the allegations are basically saying that he botted his music. You know, let's get into this. Reported here first, Drake, Adin Ross, and Stake hit another class action gambling RICO lawsuit. This is the third lawsuit against Drake, Stake, and Adin Ross, and alleged that they're using tips to artificially boost Drizzy's music. Drake might be working on his highly anticipated new solo album, Iceman, but he has some legal trouble to deal with along the way. He, Kick streamer Adin Ross, and other online gambling platform Stake have reportedly been hit with another class action lawsuit, specifically a federal RICO this time around, for alleged, keep in mind it's alleged, illegally gambling promotions. It's kind of complicated, but let's get into how this actually makes sense. So, according to Lauren LaRosa on Twitter, The lawsuit alleged that the co-defendants, along with George Nigwin, has been using STAKE's tipping feature to give each other money. The RICO accuses them of using that money to artificially boost Drizzy's music streams across major platforms and digital streaming services. In addition, through STAKE's tipping function, defendants have financed their combined artificial streaming, botting, to create fraudulent streams of Drake's music, fabricate popularity, disparage competitors and music label executives, distort recommendation algorithms, and distribute financing for all the foregoing, while concealing the flow of funds. Two plaintiffs reportedly allege in the filing. Furthermore, the lawsuit claims the Toronto superstar knowingly and willingly allowed for his alleged conspirators to mass encrypted transfers as giveaways widely unavailable to the public. In addition, it alleged one 100K up transfer between Ross and the Sixth God in 2023. It also brought up Drake's 2024 Drizmas giveaway stream with Adin Ross as an example of the co-defendants allegedly cycling through tips among themselves to fuel botting and paid engagement tactics. Not only that, but the lawsuit reportedly mentioned a 2,200,000 car that STAKE allegedly gifted to Ross days before his New Year's Eve filing. LaRosa stated that she reached out to the boys' team for comment and haven't received a response of this article. The lawsuit appeared to the United States District Court of the Eastern Virginia, according to Casino Beats. It accuses the co-defendants of promoting an illegal gambling operation and seeks $5 million in damages. The report also identifies the plaintiffs as allegedly being LaShawana Ridley and Tiffany Hines, or STAKE U.S. users within the United States in the filing. Drake received similar lawsuits last year. He's entangled in other legal drama with Adin Ross, but this was really just being disguised as like a social casino. Basically, the fact that he was kind of getting people to gamble their money away because he was getting millions of dollars and was pretending like he was actually gambling with this money, when in return, this nigga was actually just getting paid by the company. But this botting whole situation is actually crazy because of the whole ongoing lawsuit that he has with Kendrick. The major implication throughout all this is Drake has literally implied in multiple lawsuits that Kendrick is the one that was behind all of the botting, bro. It's honestly crazy. Drake accuses record company of using bots to artificially inflate Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us. Musician Drake alleges that Universal Music Group conspired to artificially boost Kendrick Lamar's searing diss track Not Like Us, according to a pre-action petition submitted to a New York court on Monday. According to a copy of the petition obtained by CNN, the rapper claimed that UMG launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves using Lamar's song in order to make that song go viral, including using bots and pay for play like payola to pay agreements. It's completely ironic after knowing this. It's completely ironic because we know there's actual documented evidence of him actually using bots. And I don't know if this has something to do with UMG basically coming out and giving someone the word about this whole situation, but it seems like it was complete projection. He thought he could take them down and would go unscathed, but now I don't know how you're supposed to come from this, man. You looking like a complete hypocrite. He should have just taken the L, but now he's getting exposed, and this is part of the shit that Kendrick was talking about, like living a degenerate lifestyle of gambling and teaching young kids to gamble is not bull, man. So hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think about this shit. It's a federal RICO, so he doesn't have much chance. He's either going to be paying a big ass fine or he's going to be going to fucking jail with Diddy, man. But let me know what y'all think, gang.